And normally the meaning that is very popular is death. End of existence. End of everything. But I'm sorry to tell you, that's only the popular meaning. Maut and mait means a decaying state. Like hayyun means existence, life. And ihya means revival, recovery, enhancing. Somebody can be hayy, he can be in a state of existence, but his existence has no real meaning. Somebody can be alive, but can still be in a state of maut. Can be mentally dead, can be socially dead, can be progressively dead, and productively dead. Even though the person is breathing, you can see the person eating like anybody else, walking like anybody else, talking like anybody else, but what do they produce every day? What are they producing in themselves and in their families and in their community? This is what makes life meaningful. Show me your life, and I will tell you how much alive you were. We in the Caribbean, we grow up to call such individuals, we call them zombie. We call them meaning, you're alive. We are like a living dead. You're not producing anything. So this is what the Qur'an says. أَوَمَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ. Consider the individual who was in a state of decay, who was existing, who was just a biological existence. Biologically there were signs of life, but there was no real meaning to that life. So the Quran says, أَفَمَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي فِي النَّاسِ. This is the beauty. You want to know when you're alive? Do I want to know when I'm alive? Here is the Qur'anic explanation to you and me. And you could take this to anybody and think about it. You are given the acid test to check out whether you're alive. And I too. So it's not you and not me. Or me and not you. All of us. This is how we will know if we are alive or we are walking dead. That would be scary. So the Quran says, أَفَمَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ, is the one who is, in terms of divine loftiness, dead. That means he's physically alive. But as far as guidance and enhancing life, he or she is dead. وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ, then we cause him or her, through his or her effort, and the support of all the divine systems around him or her, we cause him or her to have new life. فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ, and we revived him or her. Hear that? We revived him or her. We re-energized him or her. We reanimated him or her. We caused him or her to make his or her existence meaningful. وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا, and then we gave him or her nur. What is nur? It is the guidance of Allah. We gave him super sense. We gave her divine sense. We let her understand that the cows, the sheep, the goats, the camels, and many other creatures, they too eat, they too have clothing, they too take shelter, they too produce children, they too travel places. So don't make your life like that only. Nothing is wrong with that. Let your life count. وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي فِي النَّاسِ, and we gave them a light to illuminate society. يَمْشِي فِي النَّاسِ, to illuminate society. You know what's the light? the illumination. Imagine if there is no light, nobody can find the switch, and you found the switch and you on the switch. Whoo! You illumine the room with just a flick of a switch. Let's back up here. This is something for me to ponder over. Is my life an illumination for my own self? That I'm able to see this is darkness and this is light. That I can tell my children, don't walk here, please walk here. That I can hold my spouse and say, let's walk there and not there. That I can tell my friends, let's walk there. That I can tell my society, let's walk there. That's what you and I have been mandated to do when we discover the nur of Allah. Not some spooky kind of explanation that we think we have but we don't make sense about it. So the Qur'an presents to us this scenario to judge ourselves. أَوَمَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي فِي النَّاسِ كَمَنْ مَثَلُهُ فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ. Is the individual who was dead for all practical purposes and loftiness was dead, but then he or she made an effort to the guidance, and they clung to the guidance, and then they got light, and they became an illumination to society. Are such individuals equal to those who are in a state of abject darkness, abject ignorance, abject dullness and deafness and dumbness, and stagnation and listlessness? Week after week, month after month, year after year, they're almost in the same place. And they're looking for some kind of magic to get out. لَيْسَ بِخَارِجٍ مِّنْهَا. And there's no way they'll get out with that attitude. This is what the Imams of the Qur'an are to do. This is what Abraham strove to do. This is what Prophet Muhammad strove to do. This is what anybody, you and me, who are heads of our families and imams of our lives, need to do. Not to just lead people in rituals, lead them in marriages, have a whole set of occasions when somebody's dead, and make people feel nice with a placebo approach. Make people feel nice with a placebo approach. The Qur'an is not a placebo. It's a reality to be tested, to be proven, to be lived, to be experienced, and to be the vehicle to come out of this mess that we have allowed ourselves to be in for hundreds of years. This is in a nutshell what Abraham was. He took society out of darkness. Society is still in darkness. In Muslim communities, in Muslim masjids, in Muslim organizations, in Muslim countries, they are in darkness up to their nose. But it's when people like you and I listen and turn a deaf ear and a blind eye that these things continue. You know why? Because we feel it doesn't bother us. But one day it will surely. I hope that you and I will be people of intelligence and people of substance who can listen to something, weigh and see the sense in it, see the relevancy in it to divine loftiness, and hold ourselves accountable before accountability is held of us. I ask you and myself, while there is time, let us turn figuratively to the guidance of Allah. Turn back figuratively to the guidance of Allah. Because Allah, within our lifespan, is always there as Ghafur Rahim. Always there within our lifespan to give us chances and to help us to protect ourselves from the damages of the past. فَاسْتَغْفِرُوهُ إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ.